What's up, book nerds? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've last uploaded, like 4-5 months, and the last one was a vlog to Seattle. So if you haven't watched it, go check it out. But it's just been so while because I had a crazy busy semester with school, volunteering, and work, all the things. So I'm finally on my winter break and I'm going to make a bunch of new content for you guys. Thinking back over the last few months, because although I haven't been uploading, I still have been reading because I'm a book nerd and that's just what I like to do on my free time. I thought of a trope, which I first read in From Blood and Ash. And the trope is like a girl who, whether she's a princess, a maiden, or someone who needs to be protected, is guarded and protected by a male, and they fall in love, or in lust, or in like, or fall out, or who knows, but it's really good, and all of these series have it. First, From Blood and Ash, then Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, aka the best author ever, then Shatter Me, and then The Selection. And all of these are series. Not all of them are finished yet. Some of them are still going, which is awful to book nerds because we just want to know how it ends, and cliffhangers are like awful, you know, because you just want to know. But then you get done and you're like depressed about it for a few days because it's over. But then you can just read it again, so it's fine. I mean, if you like to read things again, I do, if they're really good, you know. And all of these series I've read more than once. The first series, From Blood and Ash, my brother's girlfriend gave it to me. There's 3 books currently. The 4th one's coming out soon, thank goodness. And she gave it to me to read because it's kind of spicy, and that's how A Court of Thorns and Roses was. So she was like, Haley, you're gonna like it. And I did. So, thanks, Bailey. Anyways, this story is about a girl named Poppy, and she's actually called the Maiden, and she's kind of looked at by her people as godlike or untouchable, and that's kind of her theme. She's not allowed to talk or touch or really go near anyone because she's supposed to seem better than everyone else, basically. She wears like a white veil, and that's also to cover her face because she has a scar down the side from a childhood, like, past traumatic event that she went through. She is going to be ascended soon in this story, which basically means she's going to turn into a vampire. She's going to go from a human to a vampire, sort of. And there's a bunch of different groups of, like, different types of people or beings, kind of. I mean, it's fantasy. All of these series are fantasy. Throughout the beginning of the story, some weird things happen. People die, and her guard dies. Probably shouldn't say that. It's kind of a spoiler, but it's not really that big of a deal. Whatever. So her guard dies. The previous guard is replaced by Hawk, who is tall, dark, handsome, spicy, and there's a connection there, and they start to get to know each other on a deeper level. This is really good. Follows the trope. I would recommend it to everyone. There's 3 books. 4th one's coming out. Really good. Everyone go read it. The second series I have to recommend is A Throne of Glass, and it's by Sarah J Maas, my favorite author of all time. We've already discussed this. I will read her grocery lists, anything she writes. Want to be her publisher one day. Just love her. Side note, I pronounce names very wrong, and I'm sorry if they're all butchered. I just don't care. You know, like, it's my own mind and reading. I'm just gonna pronounce them wrong, and we just gotta be nice to me, okay? This story is about Selena? I don't know. I call her Selenia. I don't know what I called her. I've read this series many times, but it's kind of been a while since I last read it. So this story is about a girl named Selena. That's how I pronounce it. If you pronounce it differently, I'm sorry. And she is entering a competition to be the king's personal assassin. So there's a bunch of different, like, killers, etc., all at the castle, going through different hoops, barriers, competitions to then come out on top and be the king's personal assassin. So she is retrieved by Prince Dorian because a bunch of, like, high up people each get to choose their own assassin to enter this competition. So she is taken and brought back to the castle and entered into these competitions. And of course, because she is an assassin, she was taken from a prison. She's, you know, not a great gal, kills a lot of people, so she has a guard, and his name is Cole or Chael. I call him Chael. I'm sorry if that's wrong, but anyways. So Chael guards her. In the series, everything is not as it seems. People are not who they say they are. Things that are going on are just mysterious and weird, and it's all very, very good. There's a love triangle in the story between Selenia, Dorian, and Chael. Very good. And it's a whole series. The series is now done, thank goodness, kind of, you know, back and forth ordeal. But it's so good, and I recommend it to everyone. And any book she writes, go read them. They're amazing. The next series I have to recommend is Shatter Me. And this is about a girl named Juliet. And in the beginning of this story, she's locked up in like an insane asylum kind of, or just an asylum. She is locked up because she has this really weird power. Anyone who touches her like skin to skin will die or just like be fatally harmed depending on how long they're touching her. So she's locked up because everyone thinks she's a freak. And then one day she just gets this random roommate, and his name is Adam. And then we have Warner, who is basically kind of like the governor's of the area's son. So he's like high up in power. It's kind of like the Hunger Games, honestly, around there. Like if you think about District 12, like everyone's all in lockdown and like they can't do anything and the government sucks, etc. So that's kind of how it is around here with Warner's father. Juliet is taken from her asylum, doesn't really know why yet, but Warner wants her for some reason, and Adam is her guard. And again, they fall in love maybe, or maybe not, and there is in fact a love triangle in this whole series again, so recommend it, super good. The last book I have in this trope is the Selection series. It's about a girl named America, and she gets picked to enter basically a competition for Prince Maxon, his hand in marriage, or his heart, depending on semantics. Sometimes they don't always marry for love, sometimes it's for advantage, other things, I don't know. But she gets entered into this competition with a bunch of other girls and starts to get to know the prince, and her hometown love, his name is Aspen, and she leaves him behind to go into this competition because she really has no choice in the matter. The government is forcing her, basically. Aspen shows up to be her guard, of all things. So, of course, there's a love triangle, again, and the trope of the girl falling in love with her guard, or maybe not. Maybe it's just for a little while, or maybe it's for a while, I don't know. But this series has many books. It's very good. Recommend it to everyone. That's all I have for you today, book nerds. Those are the 4 series that follow that trope that are all very good in my opinion, and I would recommend all of you. If you like fantasy, those are your series, among others, but you can start with those ones and then I can give you more recommendations. It's been like months since I've done one of these, so I don't know how I end my video. I should like go watch it, but I think I just say something like, comment, and subscribe, and then bye, book nerds. But I don't remember, so I think I'm just gonna end it. Everyone go read those series if you like fantasy. They're fantastic. I'll let you know of some other great books and series in the near future. Bye!
My eyes are